Okay, guys, good afternoon. We're going to talk about the environment. So, the environment is the space where life among living beings is developed and it allows the interaction among themselves. However, this system it's not only governed by human beings but also by abiotic elements which are lifeless, have no life, and by artificial elements. When we talk about human beings, a reference to biotic factors is made, being flora, fauna, or even the human being itself. In opposition, the abiotic factors are those who doesn't have a life. Okay. However, these elements turned out to be essential to the subsistence of the living organisms like air or ground or even water. Among the artificial elements, we can include the socioeconomic relationships like urbanization or the conflicts inside a society. The transformation and conversation and transformation and preservation, I'm so sorry with you guys, of the environment, it's taken by the man. The man takes account of the environment. However, its activity makes or produce some changes. The transformation of the environment into a humanized media has followed the steps of the discovery of agriculture and generate a bigger dis, disposition of food and the changes in the landscape, the scientific and technical forwards that increase the capability of surviving of the human being, the realization, the making of every kind of buildings like houses or bridges or roads or even buildings itself, the industrialization, which were taken from the 18th century and produced some effects in radical change in the environment in a worldwide scale. The demographic growing, which was eased by the former factors, and that complains or makes the human being to colonize new territories and exchange them in their own benefit. Along the 20th century, humanity has raised over the 6 billion inhabitants and occupies basically the whole planet. The woods are, chopped down to get wood, to get new agricultural zones, even the marine resources and the ground it's exploded in a scale that makes it um, easy to finish quickly, to finish fast. Okay, so the mix of all these activities has as a result a general transformation of the planetarian ecosystem into a point that the human action can may suppose a serious threat to the maintenance of life on Earth in a long scale. The conservation of the environment impose as the only way to reach a rhythm of development that allows human expansion without putting in risk the delicate balance in the ecosystem of our whole planet. Okay, so not every human activity transform the environment and make a degradation scale. However, it's important to look at the agriculture, ganadery, fishing, the extraction of resources, the industry, the production of energy, the urbanization of infrastructure, and wars as problems that have effect in a very, very serious way the environment due to all the pollution, the visual impact, the loss of the woods, of the forests, the increasing in the erosion, the loss of oxygen, the contamination, the pollution in the atmosphere, in the water, a lot of factors that have become very harmful to our environment. Okay, so our world suffers from a threat of radical change in their ecosystems. The mainly causes could be the contamination of the water and the seas, which is produced by the industrial activity, and the cities, because we, as a human race, we make a lot of damage in the water. The contamination of the air, which come from the industry, from the cars, the generation of um, gases that make danger, that represents danger for global warming, that could change the weather in, a worldwide scale. The destruction of the forests, the extinction of the biodiversity, which is the loss of biological variety, which is caused by us humans, the loss of animal species and plant species and every old kind of stuff that in a final way, what they do, it's you know make damage to our planet. So, as a conclusion, the environment is being damaged only by us humans and by our industries and by our way to make money instead of protect our our mother earth.